Hello friends, welcome back. Let's install Oracle 19c multi-tenant database on Oracle Enterprise Linux 8.2. For installation of operating system, that is Oracle Enterprise Linux 8.2, you can go to my channel and see how to install Oracle Enterprise Linux 8.2. Okay, so whatever we finished, we haven't reset the password, we just installed the pre-installation utility so that um, the binaries itself, actually it sets up the process parameters as well as the users. It creates the Oracle group and all those stuff, right? So the pre-install stuff, so that part is done. We need to actually reset the password to use the Oracle user. So let's do that. Okay, okay, I'm going to reset the password. That's done. What I will do, I'll create another session. I'll actually duplicate the session, and this session I will edit it. I will say Oracle. I'll rename the session as well. Just a second. And we can actually say Oracle here. Okay, let's double click it. Let's ask for the Oracle password. You guys can also use this tool. This is a pretty good tool. What the tool is useful because it provides you the different tabs, so the navigation is very easy in this, right? So this is MobaX term, that is the software which I am using. It's freely downloadable, so you can use this as well. So let's install the Oracle software and then install the Oracle database later. For this, I'll be using WinSCP to install or actually transfer the binaries. Before that, let me show you what all directory structure I have created. So while installing the operating system, I created /oradata to store the data files and /oracle to store my Oracle software. So ls-ld, okay, /oracle and /oradata. So this is it. Some steps are still remaining. As you can see that the owner and the group has still not been changed. Okay, so what I will do is run chown and then -r oracle :o. Actually this won't work from here. I have to log in here, chown, because I need root privileges, right? So chown -r oracle :o install /oracle /oradata. Perfect. So when I copy and paste this from here and paste it here, good. Now I have to change the permissions as well. The permission on the directory, permission for the user and group. So chmod -r 775, okay, /oracle and /oradata. So I think we should be fine with this. Good. So everything looks good. Let's transfer the binaries now. So I'll pull up the software, that is WinSCP. I'll use my IP address .10.155. Use Oracle account with password. Okay. I will navigate to, and one more thing, because this is Oracle 19c, we use in the prior versions So in 12.1, 12.2 as well as 11G, right? All the prior versions, not the 18C, but I'm talking about prior versions. So the older versions, that is 11G R2, 12C R1 and 12C R2. When you actually download that software from Oracle, right? And when you extract it here, it will extract to database folder. You just navigate to that database folder and you just run the run installer, right? But in 19C, what you need to do is create the directory first and then navigate to that software home and then extract there. What will happen that as soon as you extract it, it will extract all the folders, right? Including the network folder and all the supporting folders, whatever you might have seen in 11GR2 after the installation of the software, right, in the software home, that you will see in the software home itself in 19C. After extraction, you have to run the run installer so that you complete the installation. And one more important thing is, when you reach to the specific place, which I will show you and I will highlight and I will tell you, what will happen is when you do not extract the binary, the 19C binary in the specific home, and when you start the Oracle Universal installer, right, using the run installer, at one place where it asks, the software asks for the Oracle base and Oracle home. Oracle base you can actually change, but Oracle software home you cannot change. It will automatically pick up from wherever you extracted the software. So you need to make sure that you extract into the proper place, otherwise that will become your Oracle software home. So make sure to follow the proper procedure. For that, what I will do is I will do the mkdir -p. I will create under the Oracle, I will create base. There is no base, so I will create base product, okay, 19.3 and db. This is the complete directory structure. As soon as this is created, I will extract that to db, okay, under db, and then start the run installer. So after installing, you will see, or after extraction, you will see everything under this database folder. I will show you what I'm saying. Just complete this. We have already completed this particular part of connecting using the WinSCP. Okay, so navigate to that specific place. Okay, you have navigated it. I need to actually locate my binaries. My binaries are sitting under the D drive, I think. Just a second. Yeah, you just copy and paste. So this part is done. As you can see, we have actually dragged and dropped. So everything is done here. Just minimize this. Let's go to this location. Okay. Being an Oracle user, okay, you need to be an Oracle user. List it. Unzip it. Just a second. There is a typo. This is done. Okay, let's clear the screen. Just a second. Okay, list it. You see the same folders when you might have installed using the 11GR2 and everything side, but you will also see run installer. So what we will do, we will say /run installer. Just a second. Okay guys, so there is some specific issues in regards to starting up the run installer. There will be an error which will be thrown during when you run the run installer. So what you need to do is export this particular parameter. Okay, so make sure that cv underscore assume underscore dist id is Oracle Enterprise Linux 8.1 so that it doesn't throw the error. So make sure to export this before continuing with the run installer, before running the run installer. Okay, so okay, moving on. What we will do is we will set up the software first. Say next. This will be a single instance database installation. Okay, next, Enterprise Edition. So that this page I was actually referring to. It has actually picked up the location of where I extracted this, right, stuff. This is what it picked up. You cannot change this, but you can change the base. I will say oracle/base. This is fine. Oracle inventory is fine. Group name is fine. O install. Everything looks good here. Okay. Don't need to run the automatic configuration script. Just say next. It will perform the checks. There can be slight errors, but we can avoid those. Let's see what error it throws. So nothing. Everything looks fine. Let it go through the complete installation step. It will come up with a window saying that to run the root.sh script. As soon as I arrive to that specific step, I will come back. Okay. So it took me around 3 minutes to reach to this particular level. It's saying to run aura inst root.sh and root.sh. These are the two scripts we needed to run to perform some root related activities. So what root.sh will do, it will create the aura tab and cora tab file, and this aura inst is specific to the aura inventory. Okay, some root operation needed to be performed. That's the reason this thing is saying us to run with the root user. So what we will do is aura inventory aura inst root.sh. Okay, read write permission for the group. It has given the read write permission for the group aura install o install, sorry. Now we have to run the other script, oracle base product okay, root.sh. say enter. It has created aura tab file. Okay, provided the specific permission. So this is done. What we need to do now is to say okay, and this is completed. Let's clear the screen and install the listener. For that we need to go to bin and run .netca. Okay, we will add a default listener. 1521 port will be fine. Finish it. Listener configuration has been successful. Listener has been started as well. Now let's run dbca. Okay, select create a database. Go next. I'll go for advanced configuration. Okay, say general purpose. Everything is selected fine. Oracle single instance. This is not Oracle rack. Go next. auradb will be my database name, and the global database name will be auradb.local domain. SID will be auradb. I will create container database. Okay, and make sure there is a local undo mode enabled for the PDBs. Okay, and I will create 2 PDBs. Say next. Now for the file, for the data files where it is going to sit, I will choose the location which I have already specified earlier. The location will be Aura data. Okay, I'll choose the OMF, Oracle managed file. So what it will do, it will create a specific folder with the database name, okay, or Oracle SID under this Aura data, and then store the files under it. OMF is Oracle's proprietary as well as Oracle suggested way of creating the file system, okay. So always choose OMF based file system or Oracle managed file, okay. Say next. We will enable the archiving too, and we will choose the fast recovery area as /aura data /FRA. I have not created the FRA location. What I will do is I'll create another session with Oracle, okay, and mkdir -p /aura data, sorry, aura data /FRA. This will be my location. I don't need to worry about the permission because I'm creating the the directory with the Oracle account. It will automatically set the permission. So I'll refresh it. I'll go to Aura data FRA. I'll say yes. I have enabled the archiving, so everything is fine. Go next. It has chosen the default listener. It's good. We don't need to choose the Oracle Vault and Oracle Label Security. Go next. Everything can be default. Sizing can be default. Character set can be default. And connection mode is dedicated. Everything is fine. You guys can actually change everything according to project or whatever you might require or whatever feature you are actually installing. Just read and go through the Oracle documentation regarding it. Uncheck this Oracle Enterprise Database Express. Go next. Let's set the password for 3 IDs, that is sys, system and PDB admin. The PDB admin will be specific to those 2 PDB. PDB admin will be assigned connect and DBA privilege, DB role. Okay, go next. We'll create the database. We don't need to generate the script. Okay, so we'll say next. It will give the complete or holistic view of a complete picture of whatever is there. Perfect. Let's say finish and just wait for it. Okay, I'll come back as soon as this completes and then we will validate everything. Okay, so this part is done. We have installed the database too, so let's close this. Okay, let's verify everything. So let's check the process. It should be running good. Let's log in Aura DB. Perfect. This is 19C. That's what it says. I will clear the screen. I will check the PDBs. Awesome. Now let's check the listener too. LSNRCTL status. We don't need to mention the default listener name. It will automatically pick the listener. So now it actually says that the service PDB1 is attached to the listener. So listener is listening to these services, whatever is mentioned here. So pdb1.local domain, this one. Okay. So let me show you, if you want to actually connect to this, how do you connect it? Let me pull up my command prompt, Windows command prompt, and what I will say is SQL plus, okay, sys / password at or 192.168.10.155 / you don't need to mention the default port. It will automatically assume it as 115.21, so no need to enter that. And let's connect to the PDB. Okay, because sys is common users which is identified into all the PDBs. Okay, so you can either connect to PDB or the container database as CDB root. Okay, so let's connect to that pdb1.local domain as sysdba. Let's see if we can connect. Good, so we are in. Everything is working fine, service is working fine. If you want, we can actually change to different service as well, and we are able to connect to this, or we can connect to Aura DB, right? And there is one Aura DB database too, so we are able to connect to all of them. Okay, so everything looks fine. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. Please comment on my channel and let me know what all type of videos you guys want to see. I have started posting the Linux bite-sized videos as well as the important concepts as well and the latest technologies. Thank you very much for attending.